Hello Lola, sorry it's in poultry. Now I can do, I'm afraid. That's about as far as I can push that up. That's mobile, so I'm really so bothered about that. I hate it when that happens. These card machines are mobile, so that's a good thing. Maybe what I might do is hello Gary Lynch. It just needed new batteries, but it wasn't taking notes properly. It was a bit slow on taking notes, and I was getting a bit worried because it kept jamming as well. And when it jammed, there was no warning light, which worried me the worst, because when it jams, a warning light comes up to let me know that there's usually a warning light. Hold on a tick. Let me put you on the back facing and I can show you.
Empty list. Empty list. End. 0. 6. BT Contop Minu More Glow 46. BT Contop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. BT Contop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. Refresh. 6. BT Contop Minu Flip Camera. BT Contop Minu More Glow 46x 46. BT Contop Camera Chroma Key. Remote Control. Camera. Dim. Button.
Right, so you can see it now.
Save. Flip front facing camera. View screen. Camera on. View screen full. View screen full.
There we are. We'll do that too.
Camera on. Mic on. Flash off. Dimmed. But selected. Button.
Is my flash off? Yeah, my flash is off.
Focus mode. Camera chroma key. Remote control. BT Contop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. But BT Contop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. Refresh. Messenger. Now. Oscar Duke. https://vm.tiktok.com/zmykhpr3x/. Notification. Met more. Dismiss. End. 0. 7. 20. BT Comtop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. BT Comtop Minu Flip Camera Glow 40. BT Comtop Minu More Glow 46x. BT Comtop Minu Flip Camera. BT Comtop Minu Flip Camera Glow 46x. Refresh.
Right, that's doing my nutting.
Empty list. Empty list. Rear. Button. Rear. Front.
That's what I wanted.
Messenger. Now. Oscar Duke. This is somebody pranking Ray in the bike shop.
Right. I'm gonna have to see that later.
WhatsApp. Now. Oscar Duke. Link symbol. DG Decor on TikTok. https://vm.tiktok.com/.
Right. Big shout out to Oscar. He's watching. He's watching my live on
WhatsApp. Now. Oscar Duke. This is somebody pranking Ray in the bike shop.
Thanks. I'll have to look at it. I'll have to look at it later. Right, so you see there, above where the door lock. There's usually a light. Let me see if I do a. Yeah, right there. So I'll do it again. I'll do it one more time. Now, when the note was getting jammed, that light wasn't showing. For me, personally, that's frightening. Because, you know, it was a warning of things to come, you know? And so I thought maybe the batteries were dying. And I wasn't wrong on that score.
Empty list. Empty list. Front. Rear.
Second card machine. No, the card machine over here, it just crashes, but it doesn't crash the phone system because we've changed everything. Because what it was trying to do was send a message to. It was getting an error from the till next door, but we've sorted that now. The till next door's on a very different system. The card machine for the till next door's on a very different system. It's still, the other card machine still talks to the till, you know, but if it crashes, it doesn't send an error message. I have to clear all notifications from the till. Right. I dare say I'm done with coins. There wasn't all that many, was there, to be fair? Let's get them in the cash machine.
Facebook. Now. John Philip Hale also commented on his post. LOL. Well. Ellipsis. Attachment.
You can take transactions up till 20 past 11. We take over the phone, but we use one card machine for that because, yeah. This will be a very healthy. I don't know about this note though. It's not looking too bad. I've seen worse. It's if this gets jammed, you see. See, it's even flashing. Wasn't even flashing.
YouTube. Now. PE teachers when students don't have their PE kit. Recommended. Monica Gel Dot. Attachment.
Oops. Was I looking? If I'm deleting this right away, it's not an email, it's code. Do you know one way to screw up what's just fallen? Oh, at least it wasn't the board for a change. Yeah, one way to screw up your VTech Genio is to input too much RAM on a piece of code. I'm in the Messenger application program, whatever you want to call it, that's on the VTech here, and I also pretend to do programming here as well. So I'll write stuff like input system. Shall we damage the VTech? Why not? Yeah, so our variable, which will be var RAM. So this is what you can do, RAM, and we're going to give it and then we'll put run var. Oh, it's struggling to run it. I'll just put input. Print. Oops. I'll put boost RAM input RAM run raw RAM. you can see it's having a little trouble running it. This is my program. It runs very slowly because it hasn't got enough space. Oh, come on. To jump stuff, you just delete it. I've installed a WAVX interpreter as well now, which is a pretend code, they've now just released it. Why am I sitting down? Ah, yes. So yeah, I'm just doing a basic script, but I can do so I'm just going to test my system. System. What am I testing? Run line. Print dash this command. What did I want to run? I actually wanted to run something. Oh yeah. So I want to do right. No, because I don't want to. Yeah, let's see if I can print entry, run entry. Right, it's running that fine. Run line, print, run line. Run line. So basically, it's a program within a program. Now, so this is now having a conversation with itself now. It's run line, run system, run line. So yeah, it's kind of, that's what we want it to do. Because when we've got more than one phone on the system, we want the system to see it as one phone. Especially when we're hooking up other systems. Why is that come down there? Anyway, I'm going to wrap this. I'm going to wrap this stream up because I have things that I wanted to do, but I kind of wanted to show you, what we do in here, which is cache and systems. I want to talk a little bit actually about our phone system, why I boot my Mac. It'll take me long to boot the Mac, but anyway. Oh, it's already booted. basically there's a program script that we've written in BASIC. On the VTech, you've got to reinterpret everything. It doesn't matter which VTech you use, because it doesn't synchronize properly unless it's a new VTech. The older VTechs don't synchronize, so you have to have a script that synchronizes with everything, if that makes any sense. This tablet here, to the left of the laptop, has a synchronized script. It's the same script, it mirrors. So it talks to itself in a way, a bit like what I do with my imaginary friends. But anyway. So it tells, the tablet tells the software that there is only one phone. It tells it that it's only one phone, and one phone only. So when we go over to a hard phone, right, like a handset over here, pick that up, that's a hard phone. Right, a soft phone is on the computer. The interpretation script is just the software. It tells it, if it basically, it doesn't know how many phones are on the system. So you could log in on a hard phone and it would know that you're on a hard phone. Now the old system, it knew there were hard phones added because we were using the till as a server. There's a piece of advice: don't use a till as a server, and don't use a till and a card machine as a PBX, like we did anyway. And don't add them to your phone system, because you'll get problems. They are on the phone system, but they're running through the fax machine. When the fax machine's turned off, the till runs through another modem which has got a time switch in it, and it switches on and off at certain times. There's a variable that if someone forgets to turn the till off, it will turn the card machine off automatically. Because the till's solar powered. And the battery that it runs on is solar powered. And the till runs on, I can't remember what it runs on, but anyway. So the old phone system, it saw how many phones were on that. This new system doesn't. So in order for us to see line 7, line 8, line 9, whatever, through the hard phone system, we don't have to use a separate system because we're testing that tomorrow at some point, because I've still got a switchboard here, and Nathaniel's coming in tomorrow to just do phones. So literally when someone calls the company, it's the same phone number, but if they need to remote in, if they need to remotely connect to somebody through that office number, it will then ring their phone. They'll pick the phone up. Like one of the phones actually that was taken off the system was, oops, where are we? Maybe there's something on top of it. That usually happens. Whoops. No, there was nothing on top of it. She's back here somewhere. Right, so this is it. This phone here has been a standalone phone for goodness how long. But this is the first phone that's in the cloud. Now, to describe what we mean by that is, it's not going to be a phone by next week. This phone is going to be classed as a mobile device. So it's still a mobile phone when I'm using it because I can take it on and off the system. Haha. So basically, for example, I could turn it on, and when I'm using it, I mean, this phone's still got login functions. This phone, when you turn it on, at the moment, it logs in. It's got a login screen. For me, I have to go. Where am I? And swipe, and then. But when the new system goes on here, it's a web system, all HTML and CSS and JavaScript enabled. So it's separate, but it's all interpreted. It's the same script, but it's got Java and CSS on top of it, and PHP running underneath. So it talks this phone. The PHP just, and Nathaniel does all that. So we can still do everything from this phone. This phone, we can do loads of things with it. Because there's so many apps that we've made just specifically for this phone. But at the end of the day, this is a hard system. It's for people like Rosemary who needs a handset at all times. But for everybody else who uses headsets and stuff like that at their desk, it'll be an absolute godsend. For people who use things like iPhones and Androids, we can add everybody to the same hymn sheet. It's the same hymn sheet, First time in my whole office life, from both companies, because we're doing the phone system across both companies. However, the other company will have a hard phone system, it'll have a voicemail system, it'll have a VoIP, a couple of VoIP phones that support it, so it's a bigger phone system. But you can have a phone system that's really big and a phone system that's really small, depending on whatever. If you have two PBXs, right, you can have it as one. Now, getting back to what I was saying before about the one phone system, make sure you've got notes for this. The one system, right? Say you've got 12 phones on a system. Well, the problem with having 12 phones on a system, it glitches. You need at least if you're putting hard phones onto a soft phone system, you need at least 3 to 4 desk phones, and you need at least 2 mobile phones that are solid. And when I mean they're solid, they're business phones and they're not running stuff that they shouldn't be running. I don't mean, you know what I mean. I mean, like with this phone, I can see what's going on through the login. Because you don't have, if you're in this office and you're at the desk, you don't have an iPhone, you don't have an Android. You have this phone, or you have oh no, sorry, you will have an Android, but you won't have an iPhone. You won't have, you'll have a specific phone that we give you, right? For the office. Because you need office phones, office mobiles, because the office mobiles will be on the system. You'll be logging into that phone, and that phone is just a phone. It's nothing else. Because clients need to get hold of you somehow. This phone is a pain because it turns off when you're not using it. Same with the VTech. The only phone that doesn't do it, or the only 2 phones I've got that don't do it, are the Fisher Price one and the Leapfrog one. And the Leapfrog one, I'm having it as a personal phone because I need a personal phone. But I don't actually need a personal phone. So I might be putting it back on a business contract as of next year because the building company doesn't have a mobile phone. It's all pretty complicated, but how we've got it in the software is we've got 6 phones. When you turn the tablet on, it sees it as one phone, right? So this is how we've got the virtual switchboard. The virtual switchboard is a database of everybody that's on that system, right? So they can log into it on the login screen. It'll do a username and password. Click on your picture. Once you're in there, you can do visual voicemail, you can do video messages, you can do all that. There's Skype integration, there isn't Zoom integration, there's Teams integration, there's a card system, there is a video feature, there is an email feature so you can email, and then of course for people like myself and Nathaniel and Andy who know what we're doing, we can get under the hood and we can tweak the system to our liking if we want, which we'll be doing. We can turn things on and turn things off, whereas people like Rosemary, they won't be able to do that. We'll give them the stuff they need and the apps that they need. Can my card machine accept Bitcoin? All card machines can accept Bitcoin. All of them. Every single one can accept Bitcoins. But I've stopped using Bitcoins because they take a lot of the debit card space. That's the problem that you have with Bitcoin. Are you still advertising Bitcoins? No, because the company that you advertise for wants you to use their platform and wants you to have their platform. I mean, we was configuring it for a while, but it's just one of those things. I sold my Bitcoin wallet and I told the people to use it on the platform because it's the safest place to use it. Does my agency have any big projects coming up soon? Yeah, we've got Sefton Pride event. We're doing not all of the advertising because there's other people doing it, but we're doing the advertising for that. Not sure entirely when it is yet, but there's gonna be, we're doing the advertising for it. We're doing Eurovision. We're doing something for Eurovision. We're not doing Eurovision. We're doing something for it. And we're doing a couple of promotions in Bootle. Bootle's a strange place to go. Now it's stranger now because they've got a community there. They're very open-minded and very creative. So that's, where we come in. Where's Andy? He's out on the town tonight, bless him. I'm doing a lot. But it's been a very hectic but slow day at the same time. I closed my other company just for certain reasons I won't go into, but left it open for a delivery to come in. A delivery came in and it got begged up. So we've kept part of that, and then the other part's just gone back because they sound broken screws and yeah. So I was a bit unhappy about that order. How much do you charge for advertising? How much do I charge to make an advert, do you mean? It depends. I charge the same rate for everybody. And do I do radio adverts? Not yet. Not yet. I will be doing though. Yeah. And have you teamed up with Southport News and Media? Yes. Well, we're working with them. We'd like to work for them. As an agency, we'd like to pin ourselves to them, and then we know then that we can get work from them. And that's the way it will work. And I'm hoping that we can use Mighty Networks, so then they've got an office and we've got an office, and they don't have to come to us. Their work's already here and our work's already there. And that's the way it is. But it seems like Meta are already providing an office space for people who need it. But what I like about Mighty is you don't have to pay for the office space on there. You can set yourself up as an office. I mean, we haven't really done much with Mighty Networks, which, you know, we need to start doing and working on, because there is a lot that we need to put up on there. And start showing our, you know, people out, you know, what's going on. Are you selling driving average the course? I'd like to buy it if so. A lot of people are asking for the driving your own vision as a course, the thing is, like, driving your own vision has changed so much because we were doing it as a series. And maybe what we'll do is, because I've started using this application now, Prism Live, I think it'd be good to do a live video every Tuesday evening. But we might change it. But I probably will sell a course because I think people are interested. But see, driving your own vision isn't a course that you can sell because you're getting people to do things for them. Maybe they could walk away and do such a thing. But we are doing a training course on YouTube because people have asked, and so we're doing one. See, roles of management have changed ever so much. They really have. I'm going to do a few more minutes because I said I'd do a hangout. See, the thing is, I had when I was in lockdown, I was reading everything. And I just stopped. But I've got structure back in my week now, and I might just, like, now that I'm doing certain things from home, I might just say, look, you know, my week's like this now. I want to have one day devoted to both of my companies. A project day is needed. And I might do 2 project days because I'm really devoting myself to this company, you know, Machanhill Productions. So I might need 2 full-on project days. I really want to work with People First Merseyside, because the reason why I want to work with them is because I want to test certain things, you know, I want to test things. You know, I want to test something, you know, test a skill that I can do, but also test my creative skills or test my imagination, and I can probably do a bit more through pretend and play. We can communicate. It's very difficult. A lot of people don't understand. It sort of cheeses people off. But if there's a company out there that wants a free ad, then hey, it would be cool. I mean, you know, we're not. It's difficult, isn't it? The whole kind of getting something out of it isn't. That's the end piece. I think to kind of and not step on people's toes by doing that is the way. You know? Maybe if I was to get some pretend money to put in my cash machine, I wouldn't be offended. It's, you know, but at least I've done it. You know, at least I've worked for somebody and done it, and worked with somebody, and I think it's more kind of, you've been on a project. I mean, everybody that works for me, we do it as like we're all friends. You know, we go out for drinks. Or we have a drink here at the company, and we really have a party vibe. We're trying to get a pinball team sorted up. We're doing a golf team because Mummy suggested. In fact, I'm getting some of the builders' offices boys on the golf side because I thought, oh, let's use golf. You know, because golf is a real. And the thing is, with the advertising company, it's very different to the building company. When I'm at the advertising company, I promote even better because I mean, like my podcasting skills. I love podcasting, absolutely love it, and we're promoting the Creative Thoughts podcast, which we're actually doing. Excuse me, we're actually doing it on my YouTube channel, even though it's a mixed thing. We thought doing that, and I'm also promoting my own podcast, which is the Imaginary Friends one, which yeah, so yeah. I mean, imaginary friends to me aren't, not all of them are imaginary. I channel their voices through, you know, I can't describe. For me, those people are real, some of them. The ones that I've known the longest, they're real to me. But it doesn't matter. But to sharpen your imagination is more important than, but don't worry about letting go of it. I've been talking to people and they were like, thanks for that information. Now you've got me back on the right path. Because there's empaths and there's just total imaginary friends. But you can have an imaginary friend that's an empath. You can have an imaginary friend that's a spirit guide. You can have an imaginary friend that's an angel. You've got to be careful with angels, but and you can play with the spiritual realm if you've got these guides with you. If you've got if you know that you can weave these people in, I feel like not all, but some of the imaginary people that I've made, because imaginary Andy, he's got friends, Rosemary, she's got friends, Charles, he's got friends, but not very many. So you have to think, I've grown that imaginary community over a huge period of time. I mean, people saying, Stephen, you breaking the fourth wall every time. I break the fourth wall when I'm doing big projects, but actually now I think you break the fourth wall to keep people happy. The best example is the Bye Bye Beavers. Not only do they take the rip out the fourth wall coming down, the fourth wall definitely came down. Not only did the fourth wall come down, but the whole everything else, they ripped everything apart. Is, Bieber's whatever. To me, that was a message saying, we're not real. We're imaginary, or cartoons are made of thin air. I can't remember what the whole message was to me, but one of the messages is that, once you grow up and you grow old, it's not normal to have imaginary friends. It's not normal. This is what you get told. This is what the conformity teaches you. I had big problems, but I want to do a whole video on that. And I really want to be an advocate for parents to say, look, imaginary friends, your kids might never grow out of them. If they've got a learning disability, it's a way of them learning. Those imaginary friends. Not all of them. Some of them will teach them. They've got a kind of, for me, it was getting through what I'd done in the day or what I'd learned. And I had so many ideas when I got home from school. It got to the point where I couldn't work in groups. I didn't like other people's ideas. And then when I got to college, people didn't like their ideas. I'll tell you a funny story. We were in a rock band. We formed this rock band called the Atheist Priests, right?
Alert. Low battery.
Ooh, the battery's gone low, all just like that.
Low power mode. Button. Prism Live. BT Comtop Minu More Glow 46x46. Button. Empty list. Empty list. Rear. Button. Rear. Empty list. Empty list. Rear. Button. End. 0. End.
Put this on. Hang fire. I mean, before the music video, we had to. That's awesome. And we went away, and of course, for I'd have got you up on that stage. He just, but it's like all through that complex or over complex or I said, to Dan, I said, I was using. He wanted to use a stalker following a girl and all this, and Jason, and, support worker. So it's only, they're doing a video. It was, but there was a friend who was travelling the taxi, and I remember saying, I'm being a stalker. We laughed. I didn't see the video was that. I saw a bit more of to my coming out from the bushes, scenes. We did energy at that time. I think there was a lot going on before, and I was frustrated and excited, and everything just was within me to do that. Couldn't really answer the question of what was going through my head. I just said, gave me all the creativity in the world. I tried not to be encountered too much. Somebody dressed up as I think they have like a dead bull or something, a dead goat. And I was joking about it the whole way, and luckily the lady who I was with was explaining to the person that I was just messing around and joking around about it, because I found it quite, amusing, because that was the person I was. If I found a piece of creativity, and I still take things, theatrical. I think that, it's about being in character and taking that character. But it's how far do you push these things? Videos, I'm doing some of the articles that are really amazing, especially the paranormal board and the troll board and the video game. That was our favourite one. It wasn't back then, but it is now. My videos on imaginary friends. The spiritual ones. That'll answer your question. Horse riding. Freaking love horse riding, right? I love horse riding. I love the horses that I ride. And you see, the way I learn, taught me how to balance, which I've always wanted to learn how to balance. But all that big Toby, a bit worried. I wasn't so worried actually. But I would. The reason I love it in, it's a bit like computer programming. I know all the basics. Print space, hello world, and enter. Complex stuff like equals, blah blah blah. All that. It's not that I'm staying clear. I really want to code. But everyone should learn how to code. It's a bit like horses. Horses aren't really funny, but they're all right around people. It's just other horses. And race horses. I had a racehorse. You may look after one, but looking at one is not. I mean, the Mary Bowlers where I go, I'm having a lesson. Not from Mary Bowler's point now, but the recordings, which is an album with all William S. Burroughs readings. But it was done from. So, interview wasn't done from Mary Bowler. To do it as Emma is the person who teaches us RDA, and this is her having her lesson. Sort of. Came across very well. It was a big day that day. It was people there. The issue is getting hold of, because if I get hold of one of those, I can do a video, or someone can do. Because I was pretty nervous on the video, where I'm not nervous. I'm pretty bored with that terrain, to be fair. Oh dear, I've said it now, haven't I? But you've got to kind of do what everybody else. Or talk about albums or music or whatever. You just want to see that video, which is why I tagged them in. In fact, that video got 24 views. I was pretty sure. Plus, it's brilliant. The horse to the stage. The week. She'd have me run. I even had the twins one time, but that was a smaller. By June that day, where someone gave me a wheelbarrow with a very wonky wheel on it. With it, I'm not mentioning. So yeah, it was an arena they had. I pretend and play video. All the rest of it. Just as I